Greetings to everybody. KLE's College of Education, Ankola, established in 2005. My name is Aravind N. Nayak. Today I am presenting all about our beloved Dr. B.R. Ambedkar lifetime, and I am first year B.Ed student. Glimpse of life and timeline of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Contents: Introduction, Early life, Education, Opposition to Untouchability, Protests, Political career, Drafting, Conversion to Buddhism, Death, and their message. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Early Life and Education. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was born on April 14, 1891 in Madhya Pradesh. He was the 14th son of Ramji and Bhima Bai Sakpal Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar belonged to the untouchable Mahar caste. His father and grandfather served in British Army. In those days, the government ensured that all the army children were educated and ran special schools. Ambedkar was a brilliant child. Teacher at school was impressed and added a surname to him. It is also said that his earlier name was Br Ambedkar and it was his teacher who made it Ambedkar and giving him full name as Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar. Ambedkar and other untouchable children were segregated and given little attention or assistance by the teachers. They were not allowed to sit inside the class. In 1894, Ambedkar's mother was died. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Higher Education. In 1897, Ambedkar became the only untouchable enrolled at Elphinstone High School. In 1906, his marriage was arranged to a 9-year-old girl, Ramabai. In 1912, Dr. Ambedkar obtained degree in economics and political science from Mumbai University. In 1913, he moved to the United States where he had been awarded a Baroda State Scholarship of $11.50 per month for 3 years. Dr. Ambedkar received the opportunity for post-graduation at Columbia University in New York City. In 1915, Dr. Ambedkar passed MA exams in majoring in economics with sociology, history, philosophy, and anthropology. First thesis, Ancient Indian Commerce. In 1916, second thesis, National Dividend of India. Finally received PhD in economics in 1917 for the third thesis. Dr. Ambedkar was obliged to go back to India as the term of his scholarship from Baroda ended. Ambedkar came back to London at the first opportunity and completed his studies. In 1921, he took master degrees and in 1923, he took his DSc in Economics, Doctor of Science. In 1952, he completed his third PhD in Law, LID, and fourth in 1952 in Columbia. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Opposition to Untouchability. Dr. Ambedkar worked as private tutor as an accountant, but it failed when his clients learned that he was an untouchable. In 1918, Baba Saheb became professor of political economy in the Sydenham College of Commerce and Economics in Mumbai. He was successful with studies. However, other professors objected to his sharing the same drinking water jug that they all used. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and protests. Dr. Ambedkar, while practicing law in Bombay High Court, tried to uplift the untouchables in order to educate them. He first organized attempt to promote education and socio-economic improvement and Dalit rights. By 1927, Ambedkar decided to launch active movement against untouchability. In 1927, public movement to open up and share the public drinking water resources. He also struggled for the right to enter Hindu temples. Ambedkar condemned the classic Hindu text, Laws of Manu, burned copies of ancient text. After the thousands of people burned copies of Manu Smriti under the leadership of Ambedkar. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and political career. In 1935, Ambedkar became the principal of Government Law College, Mumbai. Ambedkar in Mumbai constructed a house and stocked his personal library with more than 50,000 books. His wife Ramabai died after a long illness in the same year. In 1952, Baba Saheb contested in the Indian general election but lost to the Congress candidate. Ambedkar became the member of Rajya Sabha as appointed member, and later he wanted to enter Lok Sabha in 1954 but was placed third by Congress. By the time second general election was held in 1957, Ambedkar had already passed away. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar drafting Indian's constitution. After 15th August 1947, invited by the Congress government to serve as the first law minister. On 29th August, he was appointed chairman of the Constitution Drafting Committee charged to write Indian new constitution. The new constitution drafted by Ambedkar was described as first and foremost document. The text prepared guaranteed protection for wide range of civil liberties including freedom of religion, the abolition of untouchability, and outlay of all the forms of discrimination, economic and social rights for women, jobs for members of scheduled caste and other backward classes. The constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949 by the Constituent Assembly. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and conversion to Buddhism. Dr. Ambedkar had considered converting to Sikhism. He rejected the idea after meeting with leaders of Sikh community and concluding that his conversion might result in him having as a second-rate status among Sikhs. Dr. Ambedkar studied Buddhism on his life around 1950. He turned his attention fully to Buddhism and traveled to Sri Lanka to attend the meeting of the World Fellowship of Buddhists. Ambedkar announced that he was writing a book on Buddhism, and as soon as it was finished, he planned to make a formal conversion of Buddhism. 1955, he founded the Buddhist Society of India. He completed his final work, The Buddha and His Dhamma. In 1956, it was published. After meeting with the Sri Lanka Buddhist, Ambedkar organized a formal public ceremony for himself and his supporters. Ambedkar completed his own conversion along with his wife. He then proceeded to convert some 500,000 of his supporters who were gathered around him. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Death. Since 1948, Ambedkar had been suffering from diabetes. 3 days after completing his final manuscript, The Buddha and Dhamma, Ambedkar passed away on his sleep in 6th December 1956 at his home in Delhi. A Buddhist ceremony was organized for him on 7 December, attended by 500,000 of sorrowing people. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and their message. My final words of advice to you are educate, annihilate, and organize. Have faith in yourself and learn to live in this world with self respect. I like the religion that teaches liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is the education which is right weapon to cut slavery. I measure the progress of a community by degree of progress which women have achieved. Men are mortal, so are ideas. An idea needs propagation as much as plant needs watering, otherwise both will wither and die. Thank you for your time and attention. Hope you learned something from this video. Please do subscribe the channel for further educational content. Have a good day.